I want to talk about Your Honor, which I love this show.
Oh, good.
And I actually got very wrapped up in it. It's a fantastic idea for a show. And one of my favorite things about the show is how your character, this judge, is a very decent, is a very decent person with a very strong moral code who has to make these decisions to save his son. And so every step of the way, I understand why your character's doing what they're doing. And at the same time, these are decisions which go against everything that you believe is right.
That's what got me hooked on this show to do it in the first place, was that premise of, if you really thought your child was in danger of being killed, what would you do to protect him or her? And you go, anything, everything. Right. And I talked to any parent and they said, yeah, I would become a criminal. I would, and that my character is a Superior Court judge, and he does. He lies to authorities, which is a crime. He destroys evidence. He creates alibis. He manipulates juries. He's doing whatever he can to keep his son alive. And each step, it's going so against his principles that it's eroding his soul.
And it keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper. And I also love that it takes place in New Orleans, which, to me, I would want to, if I was ever involved in some showbiz venture and they said, pick a city where it's going to happen, I might choose New Orleans just for the food alone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But that's not going to happen for you. That's, I mean...
You don't think?
They're not going to say, be involved in an entertainment program of some sort. I think you've shot your wad here.
I think I'm doing really well.
Brian, thank you.
Right?
I talk till I'm blue in the face.
And how has it been for you all these years, my friend, where you have to walk that line between being supportive and being sycophantic? You don't want to be an ass kisser, but you have to support him. But have you ever really just come out and told the truth about a monologue that he did and said that was terrible?
No, I just generally, not specifically, I just generally keep him frightened of me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy early on sort of intimated that he had a very violent temper. And he's also physically one of the strongest people I've ever met. So
the first thing I do every day at work is I come in and I have a pumpkin and I crush it in my hands. And then we're fine.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't mess with Andy. Also, I will say, in Andy's defense, after all these years of working together, he does not lie. I've never seen him laugh at something, genuinely laugh at something that he didn't think is funny. And you can go back and look at thousands and thousands of hours of late night shows. Plenty of times he is not laughing.
There have been people who have pointed that out to me.
Yeah,
like after a segment and gone like, man, you weren't much help, and I'm like,
Yeah, and it's so funny because if we have someone great and funny, if a Bryan Cranston's on, Andy's in there, he's yucking it up, he's coming up with great things. When I've had people on that are giving me nothing, Andy leans back, crosses his legs, and just says, it's your plane, and it's going down. Good luck to you. And afterwards, I'll be like, what the hell? And he's like, hey, what do you want me to do? Get my hands dirty trying to help you in that situation?
He did ask me to stop whittling. So
that came to an end.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Now, I know that you think it's unlikely that I will become a serious actor of great renown, but I did mean what I said. I would want to be in New Orleans. Are you eating the food? Because I see there was one episode I saw where we were having this giant shrimp dinner, and it looks fantastic. And I'm thinking, are you eating that food, or are you one of those actors that pretends?
I always eat the food that's on a set, even when I'm not supposed to. That's always been a pet peeve of mine, to see a scene at Thanksgiving dinner or something, and people are kind of pushing around the food, and no one's really eating, and everybody's like, ha, ha, ha. It's like, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, part of creating a dramatic interpretation of a scenario is to be as real as possible. Eat the food. And so you'll see me chowing down. That was real shrimp.
Yes.
And we were dipping in the sauce. Some was hotter than others. Your eyes are watering. It was great.
It's one of my pet peeves about John Cryer, who I love. I love John Cryer. Who doesn't love John Cryer? Love that guy.
Yeah.
And I think he's hilarious and a terrific actor. 2.5 Men. Anytime that show's on and he's eating, I notice he's just pushing the food and pushing it around. And John Cryer, eat the food.
Yeah.
Eat the food when you're doing a scene.
That show's going to go nowhere. That's my prediction.
Now, what is your, okay, so you eat the food. What about love scenes? What's your technique in love scenes?
I eat the food in love scenes as well.
I've noticed that whenever you have a sex scene and throughout your career, you've got food on the nightstand.
Food.
And you're taking a lot of breaks to eat it.
Oh, yeah. Food, whipped cream, strawberries. Yeah. Now, I want to be authentic, so I have to go to my partner and say, we really have to have sex now. Or we're liars. Or we are just charlatans.
Yeah. And how's that go over?
I've several lawsuits, which I can't talk about. I've still got my fingers crossed it's going to work someday.
Yeah. You know, I'm a fan of the show Your Honor, and very happy for you that it is such an excellent show. And I wanted to show a clip from the show.
Oh,
and then it turns out, well, here's the problem. Because apparently I'm not allowed to show a clip.
Why?
We went to get a clip. They said, we can't release a clip to you. I said, it's me, Conan O'Brien. They said,
is that anyone but Conan answer is that the thing? God, I hate hearing that.
I actually we tried to get a clip. My producer called me and he said, no, they won't release a clip from Your Honor. It's this new world we live in, a paywall, I suppose. Something's going on. I don't know what it is. So if we have to show some clip.
Okay.
So here we go. Oh my God, those are intense eyes.
Jan Michael Vincent.
Yeah. And I think this show again was on for 7 years? 6 years?
I think it was something like that. Yeah.
No, but you know, it's funny because I talked to you recently, and it was so clear to me when I was talking to you that one of the things you're proudest of is that you have been, for many, many years, this journeyman actor. You have made your living as an actor. And I think people just focus on, oh my God, there's this massive hit, Breaking Bad, and it's this iconic worldwide phenomenon. And what they forget is all the years where you were bad guy number 2 in a show that ran in the 80s that most people are not even thinking about anymore, and that is a big part of the trade for people that get into acting. That is it. And you're lucky to get that.
The transition in that show you're talking about. I was very fortunate because I was cast as bad guy number 3, and I was promoted to bad guy number 2. What is true is that for an actor, you get those hotel clerk, busboy, drunken frat boy, all those guys. And when you finally get a name, it's like, oh God, I'm Daryl! I'm Daryl! You know, you're so excited. If you get a last name, you've made it. You have made it. Once you get a last name.
We've made it very clear, I am not an actor and never should be an actor, but early on when I first got out to LA, like in 85, 86, someone saw me somewhere being amusing, and they said, I recommended you to a casting agent for a Jim Henson show with not puppets, but with live performers. And I remember that I knew nothing about it, and they sent me the sides, the script, and the script they sent me had 2 characters in it, and they didn't tell me which character I was supposed to audition for. And I was confused, and I said, can you send me the script? Can you send me anything more? So they just sent me a sheet that described what each character was, and the first one was Dirk. every man wants to be him, every woman wants to be with him. And I remember going like, it's not Dirk. And then and then the second one was like, you know, Gormley. And it was like, Gormley, he's as goofy as he is nerdy. He's a reedy, skinny doofus who's never lost his virginity. And I was like, it's this guy. Sure enough, I show up and they're like, oh, how'd you know? You.
I once got set a script, and the part that they wanted me to read within the text of the script was, say the guy's name was Jerry. Jerry, comma, 32, a complete piece of shit.
And we thought of you.
So what part of a big piece of shit made you think about me?
Yeah. We can't just give you the role. You understand? Because there are other pieces of shit in town that are pretty damn stinky.
I would see the same pieces of shit in every waiting room in town. We're all circling
Every
around.
time you show up, 3 other pieces of shit are there.
Hey, shitball. Hey, shit for brains. Hey.